start the program. नहीं खड़े होना ना मेरे साथ ही कर लो तो मेरे साथ ही करेगा ना start करें. With your permission, sir, can we start? Okay. There are two educations. One should teach us how to make a living, and the other one teaches us how to live. Jai Hind to each and every one of you. I, Dr. Neha, Associate Professor, and on the behalf of the Joint Organizing Secretary of this conference from Research and Development Cell of Swami Vivekanand Subharti University, I heartily welcome to all of you. Today, on this auspicious occasion of International Conference on 25th October 2024, the theme of this conference is on research, innovation, IPR for sustainable development and Viksit Bharat. This conference is jointly organized by the Center for Multidisciplinary Studies and Research in collaboration with the Research and Development Cell of Swami Vivekanand Subharti University in the Grand Auditorium of Satyajit Ray of Faculty of Fine Arts. I welcome to all of you. Please give a big round of applause for all. Now I would like to give a warm welcome to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Major General Dr. G.K. Thapiyal, sir, respected Chief Executive Officer, Professor Dr. Shalya Raj, ma'am, Chairman of Organizing Committee, Professor Amar Prakash Garg, sir, and all the dignitaries, all the esteemed guests, all the deans, all the head of the department, all the faculty members, and all the participants, a warm welcome to all of you. We all are gathered here for exchange of our ideas, for the open discussion on research, innovation, and IPR for sustainable development and Viksit Bharat. It is indeed a golden opportunity for each and every one of us to enrich and enlighten ourselves. Siksha, Seva, Sanskar, or Rashtrita. It is the motto of our Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. It is based on the national and the moral values and ethics with which the university is established. Now, this is the time for the lighting of lamp. So, Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya Deep Jyoti Namostute. Deep Jyoti Param Brahma, Deep Jyoti Janardhara, Deepo Hartu Me Papam, Deep Jyoti Namostute. Now, I would like to request to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, respected Chief Executive Officer, Professor Dr. Shalya Raj, ma'am, respected Executive Officer, sir, all esteemed guests, all the dignitaries, please come forward for lighting of lamp before Ma Saraswati. And I request to the IT team, kindly play the music of Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीम् वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्यान्धकारापहाम् हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीम् पद्मासने संस्थिताम् वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीम् बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्
Thank you to all the dignitaries. Thank you to all the guests and all the dignitaries. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substance. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. So now, without further ado, let's begin this international conference where minds will meet, idea will collide, and solution will born. So here now I would like to request to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, please come and present a plan to our chief guest, Dr. Anil Kumar Mishra Sir, who is a professor of chemistry, IIT Roorkee, and he is a former director of INMAS as a token of honor. I request to everyone, please give a big round of applause. This is the moment which is unforgettable. We have our international dignitaries with us. So the next, I would like to request Dr. A.P. Garg sir, please come and present a plan to our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, Major General Dr. G.K. Thapiyal sir, as a token of honor. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. R.K. Ghai, sir, Dean, Faculty of Management and Commerce, please come and present our inspiration of youth, most popular, respected Chief Executive Officer, ma'am, Professor Dr. Shalya Raj, ma'am, as a token of all. Please, it's a request. Please give a huge round of applause. These are the moments which cannot be forgettable. Now the next, I would like to request Renu Mavi ma'am, please present a plan to our keynote speaker, Dr. Dilfuza Zabarova, Uzbekistan, as a token of honor. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to request Dr. Anirudh sir, please come and present a plant to our keynote speaker, Professor Binay Chakrabarti, who is a Director General of Bangladesh as a token of honor. So please give a huge round of applause for the sir. It's our privilege that we have our international dignitaries who are from the Uzbekistan and the Bangladesh. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Lubhan Singh, sir, please come and present a plant to our keynote speaker, Dr. Zagongir Alimov, Uzbekistan, as a token of honor. You're most welcome, sir. Last but not the least, now I would like to Banteji, please come and present a plant to Professor Amar Prakash Garg sir, who is the chairman of this international conference, who is a dean academic and director of research. Please present a plant as a token of honor. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now this is the time for the inauguration of book. Now I request to the team members, please provide the abstract book, the proceeding of this international conference. So I request to everyone, all the dignitaries, all the guests. Literacy is at the heart of sustainable development. So this is the time for the welcome address and the introduction of the international conference. So moving forward in this program series, now I would like to invite the chairman of this international conference, Dean Academic, Director of Research, Research and Development Cell, Swami Vivekanand, Subharti University, Professor Dr. Amar Prakash sir, to present a welcome address and the introduction of the international conference. I humbly request you, sir, for the welcome address. So you are most welcome, sir.
Thank you, Neha. It is my honor and privilege to welcome all the participants, dignitaries, especially the chief guest, Dr. Anil Kumar Mishra, who is the former director of NAAC and at present a scientist and professor of chemistry at IIT Roorkee. When we were looking into his profile, then what not he has done. If you will see on the Google, you will find that molecular biology, chemistry, sustainable development, environment, and the interaction of the universe with the science. And the source of inspiration or revival of research culture and ecosystem in the university, Professor Dr. G.K. Thapalial, who has been a constant inspiration, motivational force, and guidance for the university, especially in the research. I have no hesitation to say that when I joined the university 1 year ago, then within 24 hours or less than 24 hours, the files of the research PhD cell, they are cleared by his office. That is the most commendable and most inspirational and motivational for the research and development cell and for the students. The respected CEO, Professor Dr. Shalyaras, who has been the constant inspiration and constant motivational and constant uh, encouragement given to the youngsters and to the all research scholars, faculty members, deans, and in the society. Only two days back, I was in one of the social function in Meerut, in an academic function, and many of the people they asked me that how she is motivating you people. I said that now when you know that the research has revival or the culture of the research has been reviving in the university, it is only because of her blessings, supports, and encouragement. Whenever any of the proposal it goes to her, it is cleared within minutes. Uh, and that is the one of the very good sign for the research and development. And when this conference we organized just within 10 days, and when I sent a proposal to her, I sent the proposal, and after three minutes or 4 minutes, maximum 4 minutes, I got the mail that keep it up, approved. Go ahead. That is the thing which is required from the management. Because now you know that I'm I have no hesitation to say that now the central universities, state universities, they are starving of the research culture. And this is the right time when the private universities should pick up this goal, should come forward, should invest money. This is the investment, and this will give a good future to the survival of the universities. We have to do research, and then only we can survive. This is the one of the basic principle nowadays for the private universities. All the deans who have been and who are the member of the organizing committee of this conference, they deserve the high sense of appreciation and welcome in this conference, as they have motivated the research scholars, faculty members in India and abroad to contribute to the growth and success of this conference. All the participants and all delegates from Bangladesh, from Uzbekistan, from Myanmar, and from several other parts of the country, online and offline. We have been seeing that the many of my friends, many of the colleagues, many of the academicians from US, Germany, England, New Zealand, Nigeria, they have joined and they are joining online. So I welcome all of them in this 3 day international conference. The topic of this conference, it was a combinatorial effect of the brain of Professor Tapalial and the management and the research scholars. And we tried to put that the research, innovation, and IPR, all these three should be put together for the sustainable development and for Viksit Bharat, which our Honorable Prime Minister is dreaming in 2047. The theme of the conference has been divided into 10 different parts. And the one of the very attractive part of the conference is the Buddhism and sustainable development. This particular part, because our university is having the center of excellence in Buddhism. So this part was included, and not only for because of that purpose, but if you will see, then you will find that the many of the philosophies and themes of the Buddhism and the Indian philosophy, they are very much in alignment of the sustainable development. UN has recognized the sustainable development in 2015, but if you go into the history of the Vedic Indian culture, you will find that our each and every tradition, our each and every festival, our each and every motive, our each and every action, it is concerned with the sustainable development. And we have to work very hard for this Viksit Bharat, which is the vision and mission of the government of India and vision and mission of the each and every citizen of India, and so also of the Subharti University. Swami Vivekanand Subharti University is having the motive principle for the sustainable development, Shiksha, Sanskar, nationalism, and culture. In all these things, they are fully incorporated into the sustainable development. So I welcome all the dignitaries who are participating online and offline in this 3-day international conference. This has been divided into the 4 technical sessions. This after the inauguration session, we will be having the 4 parallel technical sessions, and two sessions they have been divided for the oral presentation, which will be offline, and there will be the one poster session which is online, and there will be one poster session which is offline. So the 4 parallel session will be going in this beautiful department of the School of Fine Arts, and thanks to Professor Pintu Mishra, who has been kind enough to beautify this entire campus and the entire hall and all these things. Another very special session for the Buddhism and sustainable development. This will be held in the School of Buddhism, and this has been the Professor Bante Singh will preside over and will conduct this session. So I would like to welcome my friends Shauqeen from Kashmir and the very important many people who are from Dehradun who are joining online, and from the Agriculture University over here, and from Delhi, and from INMAS, and from Nalanda University campus. Several people have been given an understanding that they are joining in the morning online. So all the 10 themes, they have been included. We have received 200 plus research papers from 14 different countries, and almost all the papers, they will be presented in offline and online mode. And we are having the 28 keynote abstract, keynote presentations, and one of the very important keynote presentation which you all will like, that is 365 days from a US expert. He is the director of the hospital and a psychologist, and who is giving a motive that on every day what you should do for the sustainable development and for the not Viksit Bharat, he has given the concept of the Viksit world. So anyway, whatever is relevant for the Viksit world, it is also relevant for Viksit India or Viksit Bharat. So you will enjoy this conference during this 3-day stay. We have planned that on the 3rd day, you people may have a look around the Meerut or inside the Meerut, beautiful Meerut, which is known for the history and historical events of in the independence or and gaining the independence in India. So because you will enjoy the technical sessions, some of the technical sessions, they are mainly related to the agriculture, because the most of the scientists, I have seen that the 30% of the papers, they are related to the agriculture, and they are of the opinion that without agriculture, the Viksit Bharat vision and mission is not possible to be obtained. And yes, I do also agree. You will find that only 2.4% of the global land belongs to India, agriculturally cultivable land. And we are contributing 20% of the population to the world. So the 20% population having the 2.4% of the agriculturally cultivable land, And the challenge is before the agriculture scientists to feed the 10 billion populations in 2050. That is by the time when India will have the Viksit Bharat mission. So the some of the deliberations they have given the idea and they have put that the climate resilient crops will give or will provide a mission for the Viksit Bharat in 109 varieties of the agriculture crops which have been released by Honorable Prime Minister of India in August 2024. They will give the direction for the Viksit Bharat in 2047. Climate change, we all know and we all realize that it is the biggest challenge before the scientific community at present. And I was reading just last week that the scientists, they have developed the technology that the diamond particles, 6 ton of the diamond particles will be spread in the air, and these diamond particles will be able to reduce 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature of the uh, atmosphere and reducing the global warming in 25 to 30 years. So the many of the techniques, the scientists, they are working very hard. And I think, and I am of very strong opinion that the things they need to be investigated, they needs to be find out, and the solutions are not difficult. The only problem is the finding of the problem. The solution is not a difficult situation. So the main environment, animals, and the one more important thing which I would like to share you, that the only hindrance in the sustainable development is the human activities. Only 0.1% of the biomass is being constituted by the man or by the human. And we are using 60% of the land. 60% of the natural resources are being shared only by 0.1% of the biomass. So we have to reduce our needs and we have to reduce our greeds. Then only we can attain the sustainable development. So I once again welcome you all on my behalf and on behalf of Swami Vivekanand Subharti University and this beautiful campus and beautiful sustainable green campus. You will find that the entire campus, it is beautifully renovated, beautifully cultured, and Colonel Rajesh Tyagi, he has been maintaining the beautiful lawns and the wonderful culture. When I think that the guests from the Uzbekistan and Bangladesh, they have already visited these sites yesterday, and I would like to request all other participants also to enjoy the Deepavali festival over here in this department of beautiful department of fine arts, which is being maintained by Professor Dr. Pinto Mishra, and see. And your comments, positive comments, are most welcome. You can put your feedback after the conference, either on the group of the conference or you can give it to us. And once more, thank you very much to come to Swami Vivekanand Subharti University and in Meerut. And welcome once again. Enjoy your 3 days stay here. And if you feel any of the problems, any of the difficulties, please do not hesitate to contact me or to contact any of the official of the university. Thank you very much and welcome. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights and enlighten us by your wisdom of words. So we have the best audience. So can you please clap for yourself? We have the best audience from the national and international. So now the literacy is the heart of sustainable development. This is quoted by the Coffee Annan. Now I would like to request Professor Dr. Vaibhav Bharti sir, who is a Dean Faculty of Law College, please come and brief the highlights of the Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. So please give a big round of applause for the sir.
Jai Hind one and all. At the outset, I am privileged enough to introduce our Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. But I have given 10 minutes, and the history of Swami Vivekanand Subharti University of about 30 years cannot be explained at all in 10 minutes. I will try my level best to give you insight of Swami Vivekanand Subharti University, its inception, and few of its attributes. So, Swami Vivekanand Subharti University, next please. Once again, I would like to welcome you all in Swami Vivekanand Subharti University, which is known as Subharti Parivar. This university, where we are sitting, it is a joint family of the different professional and academic courses, academic programs. And this temple of learning, the inspiration behind the temple of learning is late Dr. K.K. Bhatnagar sir, who was the professor of economics and who worked hard for the grooming and nurturing of the young buddies in the civil servants. And he was the principal at Degree College, Masuri. And Madam Shrimati Rajpati Bhatnagar, she was the founder trustee and she she was the founder trustee and other founder trustees, our own Dr. Atul Krishna sir and Dr. Mukti Bhatnagar. And we used to take inspiration from our founder, Dr. Atul Krishna sir, who believed to work 24/7. When I'm saying 24/7, then actually I mean it. Even I never found even late night at 2, at 12, morning at 4. I receive call and sometime I receive mails from him, which shows that his working efficiency is somehow blessed by Almighty. The message, when we are talking about Subharti, it comes in our brain, what is the meaning of the Subharti? Then Subharti means a combination of good Indians, Su plus Bharti. Su, that is good, and Bhartiya means Indians. So Subharti means the motive behind the nomenclature of Subharti to develop an institution where we can develop and where we may have good Indians. So this Subharti University, where we are trying to nurture and we are trying to mold our young buddies into good Indians who can contribute in the development, and rightly stated by our chairman of the organizing committee, that we are contributing in the idea of Viksit Bharat with the help of our motto, which is Shiksha, Seva, Sanskar, Rashtriyata. When I am talking about Shiksha, Seva, Sanskar, Rashtriyata, I am talking about education, service, values, and nationalism. These are the four pillars of our university on which we are standing. The formation of the Subharti University, which came up in 2008, but the inception of Subharti University in form of the different institution, it is from 1996. In September 2008, we got the approval from Vidhan Sabha, and we get approval letter from the authorization from UP government. Right now, we are having different professional courses. We are having medical courses. We are having dental courses. We are having engineering courses. We are having different UG and PG management courses. We are having law courses, UG and PG level. We are having hotel management courses. We are having fine art courses in the college where this auditorium is. It is in the fine art college. We are having naturopathy courses. We are having paramedical courses. We are having physiotherapy courses. We are having pharmacy courses, nursing courses, fine art courses, library courses. You name it, we have it. We call it that after the implementation of National Education Policy 2020, we are trailing the courses, we are trailing the program as per the requirement of Government of India, as per the requirement of our students, and we are opting and we are having multiple entry and multiple exit system. So in this way, we can say we are following government agenda, government policy, and try to contribute at different levels in government vision and mission to have make in India idea, and to develop and to contribute with the attainment of sustainable development goal. We are working on all the 17 sustainable development goals, which is the requirement of United Nations, and in the able leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir and our Honorable CEO Madam, we are trying to contribute in different forms, and this international conference is one of the illustration of the same. So far as the Subharti University is concerned, we are having different recruiters from India and abroad. We are having, lush green campus and rich infrastructure. Few glimpses of infrastructure is in front of you. So far as the life in Subharti is concerned, I am residing in the campus, faculty members, teaching staff members, non-teaching staff members, and students. We are living in one campus. And if we are residing in campus, might be possible, we will not be in need to go outside university for any of the work, because we are having everything in our campus. Any facility which is in need for a human being, any necessity which is required, we are having in our campus. We are having our destinations that our students should get quality education, and they may contribute to our national vision, to our United Nations mission, and for bringing the dreams true what their parents have seen. So in fact, when we are talking about our Subharti University, it is became impossible if we are not talking about our cultural heritage. We are having our cultural department, Subharti Cultural Department, where we are developing cultural ethos in our students and all around the campus. We are having one Subharti Samaj, which is talking about casteless society, which is giving emphasis over Sahboj, which is talking about Sahed Dharmacharan, which is further talking about intercaste marriages, so that we can give it the idea of unity in diversity. Furthermore, we believe in service, and this service is with the help of free health camps, with the help of blood donation camp, with the help of summer camps, with the help of plantation drives, with the help of programs with the aim of promoting unity, religious and social harmony, to save environment and for other social awareness realities. Furthermore, I would like to share, in 2020, at the time of the COVID-19, Subharti University contributed a lot, and for the same, Subharti University has been awarded by the state government and central government for its contribution in the national service. If I will continue on the introduction of the university, it will not be possible to complete in a day, two, or in the year. So I would like to say, if you want to learn, if you want to understand, if you want to know about the university, it is better to give some time, at least 3 days, wholeheartedly 24/7, 3 days. So we will be in a position to let you know a glimpse of our Subharti University. And last but not the least, we would like to say that we are proud that we are the son of Mother India. And to give homage to our Mother India, we used to say a slogan which is known as Jai Hind. So I would like to end with the word Jai Hind. I would like to request you to please enchant Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining about the Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. Now I have a message for you all. Our executive officer, Professor Dr. Krishnamurthy sir, he is not present here due to some urgent work of the university, but he sent his blessings, his valuable message for all of us for this international conference. I don't want to protect the environment. I want to create a world where the environment doesn't not need any protection. So, women respect is a reflection of a society, moral compasses, and its commitment to progress. Now, I would like to introduce you with another pattern of this international conference. She is none other than the one and only, our favorite, most gorgeous, dynamic personality, youth icon, strong woman, biggest example of the woman empowerment of the Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. She is our favorite, respected Chief Executive Officer, Professor Dr. Shalya Raj ma'am. So please give a big round of applause for the ma'am. Professor Dr. Shalya Raj ma'am, she is a Chief Executive Officer. She is emerging as a youth icon and the influential strong woman in the country. She was honored with the Influential Woman Award in 2023-2024. She has received many more awards for her work and in social academic field of many more. So we are blessed to have you here with us, ma'am. So I request you please come and grace this international conference with your wisdom of words. You are most welcome, ma'am.
Jai Hind, Honorable VC Sir, all national and international dignitaries who are present here, our beloved Chief Guest Sir, all deans, faculty members and dear students. इतना खूबसूरत इंट्रोडक्शन मुझे बहुत दिनों बाद मिला है. So thank you, Dr. Neha, for that. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Amar Garg for having this conference at an international level. The way to move forward is through hybrid mode, and he was able to manage it. We have such experienced and international faculties with us, a person of national stature with us. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you because it is your presence which will make this conference successful. I would also like to today is a very beautiful day. Anyway, October is one of my favorite months because of the festivities and so many other things. But today is a wonderful day, and I would like to give all that credit to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and my dear deans. Why? We have a national conference going on cancer in another auditorium, which has people of national stature, experienced scientists who are talking about the prevention of cancer and the treatment modalities which are coming up. We have an international conference just now, of which all of us are being a part of. And on the other hand, on the non-academic side, we have a beautiful Diwali Mela in which our students have put up their stalls and are enjoying at another front. So this is the amalgamation which is required for any university to grow. And I congratulate VC sir and all my deans for being able to bring the university to this level. I'm sure the founders had imagined something of this sort. I'm sure we are working more towards it, but a big congratulations. I want to congratulate the research department, his whole team, for a beautifully organized conference. It is very important. I was attending the cancer conference and I was told that once upon a time cancer was considered that it has been sharp को English में क्या कहते हैं? Curse. Yes, thank you. A curse of the demons. And today we have so many treatment modalities that we can make a person cancer free. It is only because of research, of the hard work of our scientists, and conferences such like this, that everybody could amalgamate their ideas, talk about it, and bring the world to such a space where we can make people cancer free. So it is very important to talk about innovation, research, and to share your ideas. Especially, I would congratulate the students that you are being able to witness something of this sort, because it is you who will take the country forward. How important a research is, you have to understand it, and I think today is a wonderful day to do that. So thank you so much for having me. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your influential message. We are charmed by your fluency. If you are planning for a 1 year, then sow rice. If you are planning for a 10 years, then plant trees. But if you are planning for a lifetime, then educate people. Now I would like to introduce you with the patron of this international conference. He is none other than the one and only, the great leader of this Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. He is our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Major General Dr. G.K. Thapiyal, sir. So please give a big round of applause for the sir. Sir has 40 years of experience in armed forces and higher education. He has been conferred with various prestigious awards such as the Sena Medal. This day would be very short to describe about him. He's an amazing personality with us, so you can just listen with yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Neha. Jai Hind, and very good morning to you all. Today's chief guest, my best friend, we've been together, we served together in Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences, Defense Research and Development Organization in Delhi, Dr. Anil Mishra. He is one of the finest scientists, a renowned scientist in the field of chemistry. You must have seen him quite often on TV during COVID-19 time. He was there. Our keynote speaker, very good friend of Subharti, Dr. Dilfuza. She's been with us for a long time, and she's our international faculty member too. Professor Binay Chakraborty is again a good friend of Subharti. He's been coming to our university. Other guests, invited guests from Uzbekistan, all faculty members, our honorable, our respected chief executive officers, chairman of the organizing committee, and my dear students. On behalf of our founder, Dr. Ratul Krishna, I welcome you all to this conference. When the concept of this conference came in my mind, we discussed this with Dr. Amar Garg, and we thought of having an international conference on a subject which is which has a relevance today. And the topic is sustainable, how we sustain our growth, how we sustain our research, how we sustain our life, how we sustain our earth. Everything is sustainable. How? The big question today's time is, how do we sustain? The way technology is advancing, the way environmental degradation happening, it's becoming difficult to have a sustainable growth or sustainable development. In the name of economic development, we are exploiting our nature. And because of that, we are having many climate changes. And because of the climate changes, the planet Earth will not survive as it is supposed to be surviving. So something has to be done today. And that can be done through research and from the higher education institutions. I'm glad that Swami Vivekanand Subharti University started working on this UN Sustainable Development Goal, all goals. And in fact, 1 to 17 goal, we have allocated topic to each department, and the department was told that prepare the strategies. How can we help our country to achieve these sustainable development goal by 2030? That's the UN has given the timeline. And second objective is definitely our Prime Minister's aspirations and our sankalpa or commitment that he says by 2047, our country should no longer be called a developing country. It should be a developed country. So how we can be a developed country and how can we have a sustainable development in the country? It is through research, innovation. And when we talk about research and innovation, today's world, we cannot be isolated in one discipline. It has to be multidisciplinary. It has to be integrated approach. So what Subharti University has done, we have established a center of multidisciplinary studies and research. In this center, all the disciplines will be the partner. And the faculty member from across the discipline will have the opportunity to work in this center. And this center, I have a dream that this center will be one of the best centers in the country. And how we can develop that center by this is the first international conference the center is organizing. And for this, I congratulate and thank Dr. Amar P. Garg, who immediately listened to my suggestions and started working on it and said that multidisciplinary center will have the first conference. So this is the beginning, which will have a long-lasting effect. But my request to all the faculty members and all the students, please be a part of this multidisciplinary center. Whenever you have some idea, whenever you have something, some thought process, some innovative idea, this center will provide you help. Related to today, because if you want to do anything in the field of environmental science, if you want to do anything in the field of health science, it cannot be isolated. It has to be multidisciplinary. It has to be integrated. Why I'm saying so? Because the world is going towards the artificial intelligence. What is going towards the data science and big data. So if we don't integrate this artificial science in our health science, so we cannot develop. And to integrate artificial science, we have to take the help from the technology, that is the engineering or computer science. Suppose we want to develop something where you need to policy making. What kind of a policy? Suppose we are talking about the research cancer prevention today in another audience. How we prevent or how we tackle cancers. It's not only doctor, it's not only institutions who can work on it. It's a combined effect, everybody, from social worker to the clinicians, to the economists, to the political scientists. Everyone will have to work together and reach to a one common agenda point. And that will be quite effective. Then only we'll be able to combat the cancer. We will be able to tackle, we will be able to provide holistic health to human being. The purpose of this interdisciplinary studies is this, that how do we achieve what should be done about sustainable development. As Dr. Garg said, biotechnology means how we use the biological science for the betterment of the human beings. This biotechnology combined with the technologies, combined with the political science, combined with the economics, or combined with the faculty of medicines will definitely be a great success. And I wish you all the best for this conference, and I'm sure all those who are participating in this conference will benefit immensely from the experience and from the research work being shared by all our renowned researchers, faculty members, educationists from our country and across the country. From different, we have about how many country keynote? About 40 countries are participating in this program. It's a great opportunity for all of us to learn and share their experience with us. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your blessings and sharing deep knowledge about this, about the sustainable development, about the Viksit Bharat. And sir always motivate us towards achieving excellence and working towards perfection. So thank you once again, sir. We are not above the nature, We are a part of nature. Now, this is the time for the keynote speaker, for the keynote address, and a moment that promised to set the tone for the conference. Our keynote speaker, she is Dr. Dilfuza Zabarova, Uzbekistan. She is renowned for her groundbreaking research and profound insights. Dr. Dilfuza Zabarova, she is a head of the Laboratory Medical Plants, Genetics, Biotechnology, Institute of Genetics and Plant Experimental Biology, Academic of Science of Uzbekistan. She has more than 40 research paper in international, and she has delivered numerous invited speaker presentation in numerous international conferences. In 2023, she has received the Global Scientist Award from the Agriculture, Technology and Development Society. So you are most welcome, sir. Ma'am, we are waiting for your valuable insights. And we are truly grateful for that you are here and your valuable insights. So we are waiting to hear. So please give a big round of applause for our keynote speaker.
Good morning, professors, scientists, faculty members, researchers, and students. I would like my special thanks to Professor Amar Garg, Vice Chancellor, and organizing team for inviting me this in the wonderful conference. I am very happy. Second time come in Subharti. Subharti, this very nice Subharti University, very nice campus. Then we already this last year we starting in the collaboration. I am very happy. Second time coming in Subharti. Today I am talking about my presentation title about use of biochar and microbes in sustainable agriculture. We know in the drought stress is very major problem in the world. Drought is also decreasing in the plant germination, plant growers, and also physiological properties. And also many crops also lost and yield year by year. Then also drought stress decrease in the water and also nutrient uptake. I also explain in the more than 5 years also working in the biochar. Biochar is a high rich organic fertilizer, also prepared in the this biomass such as in the wood and seed and flowers and grass and any types of trees. Then also biochar also paralyzes in the within 300 and 100 degree. This is also best yield in the 300 and 400 degree. Biochar also plays important role in the improving in the soil quality, soil properties also, such as in the increase in the soil organic carbon and also nutrients such as in the micronutrients. This is also nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, iron, and it is. Biochar also decreasing in the global warming because nowadays global warming also this increasing year by year. This also biochar decreasing in the global warming also in the degrees reducing also atmosphere CO2. With this applied in the biochar also improving in the microbial community, the microbial biomass, and also soil nutrients, improving in the plant growth and physiological properties. Nowadays, I also explain biochar. What is biochar journal? Biochar journal is in the top journal. Within 10 years, more than 50,000 paper is published. This journal is impact factor more than 13, and also Q1 journal. I also working in the within 5 years until now. Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi. Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi also very important in the world. More than 80% plant also this relationship with in the Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi. Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi also plant nutrition improved in the plant nutrition delivery. And plant growth, productivity, soil quality, fertility, abiotic, stress tolerance. Because when this applied in the soil, Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi also increasing in the nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, in magnesium. Also improving in the chlorophyll content. This is also there's a positive correlation in the with in the nitrogen, also chlorophyll content. I am also telling many time in the soybean food for the in future. Why? Because soybean is high rich in the protein, around this 35 and 40%. Also, this soybean including high rich nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, and micronutrients such as zinc, molybdenum, and iron. Soybean also used in the food industry, textile industry, in the chemical industry, engineering, in medicine, and others. Biological fixation supply nearly 200 million in ton nitrogen in the world. Legume rhizobium symbiosis and also fixation occupy 65 and 70%. The objectives of the study to study the effect of biochar and MF on growers and root morphological traits in soybean and okra under drought stress. To analyze the impact of biochar and MF on the physiological properties in soybean and okra under drought stress. To investigate the effect of biochar and MF on microbial biomass and soil enzyme activities. I also studied the effect of biochar and MF on plant growth soybean under drought stress. When this inoculation, this biochar alone significantly improved in the plant height, also root drive with nodal number compared to control. Also, similarly, results showed that when this applied Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi also improved in the plant height, root drive with nodal number compared to control. In the compared to all control, combination of biochar and Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi and improved in the plant growth parameters such as in the plant height, shoot drive with, root drive with, nodal number in the soybean under drought stress condition. Then we also investigated the effect of biochar and MF on morphological traits of soybean under drought stress condition. When this applied this biochar and MF alone also improved in the plant growth parameters such as total root length, projected area, root volume, root diameter compared to control. When we use it in the dual application of biochar and Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi, this is also beneficial result showed that improved in the root morphological traits in soybean plant. This total root length, projected area, root surface, root volume, root diameter compared to all treatment under stress condition. Then when we use it in the biochar alone, also improved in the soybean nitrogen and carbon content compared to control. In the dual application of biochar and MF, also beneficial effect improved in the nitrogen and carbon content in the soybean plant. This is also biochar also positive correlation to in the chlorophyll content. When this applied in the biochar in the to soil, also significantly improved in the chlorophyll content in soybean plant under drought stress. Also, similarly, results showed that Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi Also improved in the chlorophyll content in the soybean plant. Combination of biochar and MF most beneficial effect in the plant physiological properties such as chlorophyll content in the soybean under drought stress condition. How can this affect? This is when this use it in the biochar and MF combination of biochar and MF. Also, this is different showed it in the result. Biochar alone also significantly improved in the microbial biomass in the soil. Also, when we use it in the arbusca macariza fungi, also this improved microbial biomass in the soil. But compared to all treatment, where best results show that when we use it in the combination of biochar and also arbusca macariza fungi, improved in the microbial biomass in the soil after harvested in the soybean plant. We also investigated MF spores number in the soil by biochar and MF under drought stress condition after harvested in the soybean plant. When we use it in the biochar alone treatment, also improved in the MF spores number compared to control. Also, similar results showed that also significantly increased in the MF spores number by MF alone. Combination of biochar and MF significantly enhanced in the MF spores number in the soil compared to all treatment after harvested in the soybean plant. We also investigated the effect of biochar and MF on the soil enzyme activities in the soil. When we use it in the biochar alone treatment, also beneficial effect in the soil enzyme activities such as alkaline phosphomonoesterase, dehydrogenase enzyme activity, and fluorescent enzyme activities. Also, similar results when we use it in the arbusca macariza fungi alone, also improved in the soil enzyme activities such as alkaline phosphomonoesterase, dehydrogenase, and fluorescent diastase enzyme activities under the drought stress condition. Dual application of biochar and MF. This is also best result showed that compared to MF alone, significantly improved in the soil enzymes such as alkaline phosphomonoesterase, dehydrogenase enzyme activity, and fluorescent diastase enzyme activities. Also explain this okra because we use it in the okra plant in Uzbekistan, in India. This is also medicinal plant and also very vegetable, useful vegetable. Also this high rich in the nutrients such as in the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all things, vitamins or antioxidants. In the first time we cultivated in the Uzbekistan, in the okra plant, in the two region is we cultivated in the Tashkent, is Surkhandaryo region. In the this compared to Tashkent region, also best result showed that in the because time is not enough. I also I also explained this my data. This is when this inoculation, this effect of biochar and MF on plant growth okra under drought stress condition. When we use it in the biochar treatment, also improved in the okra plant height, shoot dry weight, root dry weight under drought stress condition. Combination of biochar and arbusca macariza fungi compared to all treatment based results show that improved in the plant growth parameters such as plant height, shoot dry weight, root dry weight compared to all treatment. We also investigated the effect of biochar and MF on root morphological traits on okra plant under drought stress condition. When we use it in the biochar alone, significantly improved in the root morphological traits such as total root length, projected area, root surface area, root volume, root diameter compared to control. Also, similar results showed that arbusca macariza alone. when we use it in the combination of biochar and arbusca mycorrhizal fungi, significantly enhance it in the root morphological traits such as total root length, projected area, root surface area, root volume, root diameter compared to all treatment. We also investigated the effect of biochar and also arbusca mycorrhizal fungi on nutrients on okra plant. This biochar alone also improved in the nitrogen content and also carbon content in the okra plant. Arbusca mycorrhizal fungi treatment also significantly enhanced in the nitrogen and carbon content in the okra plant under drought stress condition. Compared to all treatment, this result show that when we use it in the dual application of biochar and arbusca mycorrhizal fungi and improve it in the nitrogen and carbon content under drought stress condition. How can this affect this when we use it biochar and also arbusca mycorrhizal fungi under drought stress condition? Okay. Then also when we use it in the arbusca mycorrhizal fungi and biochar also significantly enhanced soil enzyme activities such as alkaline phosphomanasa, dehydrogenase, fluorescent diastase enzyme activities. Then I also acknowledgement because when I was working in the IRA, I also learned a lot of conducted my research work in the agriculture research institute 2 years. Finally, I published this high impact factor journal Q1. Then my conclusion that because this drought stress is a major problem in the world, when we use it in the biochar and arbusca mycorrhizal fungi also benefit effect in the plants. This is also not only this soybean, not only okra, because I also working this many legume plants such as in the mung bean, lentil, and chickpea, and cowpea and cluster bean also beneficial effect improved because nowadays in the top in the organic farming in the my conclusion that when we together dual application of biochar and arbusca mycorrhizal fungi improved in the crops and the drought stress condition in the cultivation this area. Thank you very much your attention. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for grace this occasion, and we are truly blessed for your valuable insights about this topic. Next, I would like to call the keynote speaker of this international conference, Professor Binay Chakrabarti, sir. He is a Director General, and Dr. Binay Kumar Chakrabarti, sir, he is a fisheries scientist and the national international consultant who has played an important key role as a researcher in the field of aquaculture, fisheries in Bangladesh. He has been awarded to the Lifetime Achievement Award, different organization. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Green Environment Promotion Award he received many times by the Global Environment and the Social Association India, the Global Outstanding Fisheries Scientist Award, the Global Recognition Award. He received many more awards, the World Environment and the Livelihood Award 2021, the Scientist of the Year 2018. He received 31 awards and the different organization of the Bangladesh and international organization. So I request you, sir, that we all are here and we are blessed to have you here with us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Honorable Chief Guest, dignitaries, scientists, good morning to all. Before my starting my lecture, one question. Do you need safe food or to increase the number of hospital? Now I am going to start my lecture. My the topic is aquaculture and fisheries in 2050, a challenge for human beings. Actually, fisheries and aquatic resources provide food security, nutrients, that is employment, profit, and save money. This is the one major things. 3 causes of malnutrition, it is known to me as food security, basic health service, and maternal and child care. Fisheries play an important role in the world food economy. Fish consists 15 to 24% protein and 1 to 3% carbohydrate, 0.1 to 22% lipid, 0.8 to 2% inorganic substances, and 66 to 84% water provide calories, nutrients, that is fat, vitamin, elements. Play preventive rules on human illness such as cardiovascular diseases, that is lupus, depression, and other mental illness. Here, we know that the shortage of protein, what is happened? The swelling, weakness, stomach bloating, brittle nails, and loss of hair, like this, and fatty liver is a very important issue for human being. Fat, very restful fat is found, and quality fat is found in fish. Fish have less fat than red meat, and fat contents ranges 0.22 to 25%. Fish contains the polyunsaturated fatty acid, namely that is PUFAS, namely EPA and DHA. That is docosahexaenoic acid, omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acid is very important for human beings. EPA and DHA are essential for proper growth of children, and PUFA mixture diet is essential for pregnant women to develop proper brain of babies. And omega-3 fatty acids reduces the risk of delivery and low birth weight, coronary heart disease, and minimize the coronary plaque, lower triglyceride level, and reduces blood pressure. And assists the proper absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, that is A, D, E, and K. This is the chemical structure of omega-3 fatty acid. It is a very resourceful. This call is Tenusa ilica. It is a very famous fish in the subcontinent of India, mainly Bangladesh. Omega-3 fatty acids causes, there are so many deficiencies: mental fog, depression, weight gain, and allergies, that is arthritis, poor sleep quality. So many diseases are causes for this. Now I want to say micronutrients, that is vitamins. Fish is the source of vitamins, that is A, D, B1, thiamine, that is B2, B3, B12 also. And vitamin E, vitamin A is a source of fish. That is this small fish, that is Amblyopharygonium mola, and Dala fish. And vitamin is required for normal vision and bone growth. And reduce the mortality of children under 5 years. That is, vitamin D is also very important. Is very important for bone growth and metabolism. Calcium, thiamine, niacin, and riboflavin are very important for energy metabolism. And we also found vitamin C in the skin of fish. What is the role of vitamin C? Proper healing of wound, normal health, body tissue, and absorption of iron in human body. This is the structure of vitamin D, E, K. This is the deficiency of vitamin. What is happening mainly eye disease and vitamin deficiency of that is E. What is happening? There are so many disease causes from vitamin D. Vitamin K also. This is the symptom of vitamin D. And here E, K, vitamin D. This is the sign and symptom of vitamin K and D. Now I want to mention two species, that is herring fish. Herring fish is very important. They are 3 ounces of muscle contains what is calories 73, protein 20 grams, fat 10 grams, carbohydrate not less than 1 gram, and fiber not less than 1 gram, and sugar not less than 1 gram. Another fish is, this is called Monoprascosa eel fish, very important, and 100 grams of raw flesh contain 18.7 gram protein, 0.8 gram of fat, 2.4 gram of carbohydrate, 185 microgram calcium. This fish is basically tribal people are consumed for that is the weakness, anemia, asthma, hemorrhoids, and diabetes for diabetes. And amino acids are essential amino acids, that is adenine, adenine, glycine, histidine, leucine, and methionine are present, and tremendous demands of fish we are exporting from Bangladesh to other countries. Now I want to giving a scenario of food global food system of 2050. Here, food demand 7 billion people. What is the 2012 scenario? It is increased 50% for 9 billion people. 2050, 35% increase in food production by 2030. Access to safe, nutritious diets. 4.5% income growth per year. And what is happened? Improve health outcome, reduces undernourishment and child that is stunting, reduces the obesity. Improve the resilience and responsive shock, sustainable use of natural resources in land, water, biodiversity, and atmosphere. And they projected, I want to say only Bangladesh, then I discuss later for India. This is the projection of the population increasing scenario. 2030, the population will be 19 crore, but it is already, it should be 20 crore. And productivity of, that is feeding 9 billion people in 2050, what will be happen? Food production by region 1972 to 2050. This is the scenario of this graph. And food demand by community by 50 relative, that is, it is the scenario of cereal, milk and dairy, and rock, that is sugar, and like this. What will happen in different regions, that is East Asia, South Asia, and different parts of the world. And adaptation, climate change impact the food system. Short-term viability, this is the scenario. The what will be happen in Australia, USA, Russia, like these countries, and medium-term loss and increasing cost structure, structures, and ultimately production of collapse in the that is longer term in 2050. Now I want to say another thing. It is known to me. 17 SDGs are that is the UN vision is 17 SDG. That is the SDG rank in Bangladesh 104 out of 160. Score is 64. I want to say out of 17 SDG, aquatic environment cover 9 SDG. Methodology, how can I done this? What semi-structure questionnaire was developed, and questions were asked systematically with the frame questionnaire, primary data collected from the that is group discussion, that is leak and FGD, and direct interview with the individuals respondent. And data was collected from the collecting center and lending center, whole center, different market survey, and hatchery owner, fish farmer. Collected center data from the Department of Fisheries and other related department. Potential fisheries and aquaculture scenario 2050. Projection for 2050 presenting 3 potential fisheries and aquaculture scenarios based on the FAO fish model. There are 3 models. One is business as usual scenarios that is again with the OEC, that is FAO projection for 2030. What will happen? Indicate modest growth in capacity fisheries and significant growth aquaculture despite slower growth rates. And scenario that is predict slight growth in marine and inland capture fisheries due to the that is reporting system, and percentage of marine capture fisheries will be decreased within 2050. Low root, second option, projected several failure in aquaculture expansion and slight decline in capture fisheries, and capture fisheries marine and inland will be decreased. And the low root scenario possesses 9.65% loss in 2050 yield constitute the representative concentration of pathway, that is 8.5% business as well as projection of climate change impact. And lastly, high root sustainable agriculture growth with modest by significant growth rate, and marine capture fisheries is expected 95.5 million ton, and inland capture fisheries will be the 13.5 million ton by 2050. And decreased capture fisheries yield 4.05% in 2050, and to climate change issue. Here is the production of fisheries and aquaculture production in 2050. What is happening in the world? The total fisheries, business, there are 3 categories: 98.3 million metric ton, 75.8 million metric ton, 109 metric ton. It is capture. Aquaculture is 140, 120.8 low root, and high root 160.3. And total fisheries and aquaculture is 238.3. That is low root 196.7, and 269.3 is high root. The production and consumption of as per 3 scenarios, that is the capture fisheries in the world, what will be happen? Inland capture, that is the scenario of 2020 below. Red BAU lower color below is low root, and high this is the scenario. Capture fisheries and aquaculture fisheries will be there. What will be happen? Inland capture fisheries that is will be increased, and marine capture fisheries will be decreased within 2050. Here the world capture fisheries and aquaculture production. What is happened? Aquaculture fisheries human consumption, the red color, and total capture fisheries is will going to decrease, and capture fisheries for human consumption it will be increased. And world fish meal production. Fish meal is very important. It is for fish or poultry feeder. This is the scenario. It should be increased, and contribution of regional fisheries and aquaculture production. China is the highest. Asia the second, and that is America, Africa, Europe. This is the scenario. The world is world scenario. And production and what will they happen in America, Asia, Europe, the Oceania, and world. I want to say about the situation from India. Total fish production was 2010 7.9, 2020 10.3, 2030 it will be 12.7, and 2040 15.1, 2050 7.5. Aquaculture contributed like this 2050 to 13.3, and capture fisheries will be contributed only 4.2. And this is the scenario of the this is the projected fish production scenario of 2020, and per capita consumption of fish, that is 2050 will be 7.6, and World population, we know that it crossed from 7.9 to 9 billion 2050. Indian population will be increased 1.5 billion within 2030, and 1.7 billion to 2050. About 40% the population of India eat fish, and presently about 5.5 billion people are fish eater, and by 2050, additional 0.2 billion fish eater will be added. World economy is projected to grow at an average rate of over 3% per annum from 2011 to 2050, and double in size by 2032, and nearly doubling again in 2050. Production of aquaculture capture fish in Bangladesh. This is the scenario. The capture fish, the culture fisheries is increase. Culture fisheries is increase. That is green color, and capture fisheries is decreasing, and the total scenario it is increasing. And supply of potential nutrients for fish per person per day during 2010 to 2014. Sir. Oh, sir. This is the some resource of Bangladesh. That is the total area of water body is 3.97. The production is 1.02 like this. I want to say. This is the production of some spawn like this. This is increasing and decreasing due to natural calamities, and the production of artificial is increasing. Total production is also increasing, and contribution inland fish capture fisheries is increasing, but the percentage is decreasing, and the production of river estuary is increasing due to so many management technology. This is the hillside fisheries. This is the increasing. Inland fisheries capture is increasing. The production rate percentage is increasing, and production of pond like this is increasing, and production of fungus species is increasing, production of tilapia increasing, production of crab increasing, production of case culture is increasing. Socio-eco-friendly technology like this, we are producing so many technologies are used, and this is the native fish. This is the exotic fish we are practicing. This is the so many fish species we are culturing and practicing. Integrated fish farming is also ongoing, and contribution of marine fish production is also percentage is decreasing, and export of fish and fisheries product is increasing. And challenge, what is the challenge? Challenge is the utilization and management of resources. Sustainable development requires judicious exploitation and management of natural resources like land, water, biodiversity is a class between them. As population grows per capita, water availability was 5,500 cubic meter in 1955, 1,850 cubic meter in 2008 would be reduced to 250 cubic meter by 2050. Quality seed is essential. Nutrition, fish nutrition and feed, farm-made aqua feed is crucial for low value freshwater fish production. And biosafety and biosecurity is very essential. Aquaculture faces disease problem due to globalization, intensification of fish farming, introduction of new species, ornamental fish trade, and human mediated movement. And factors contributing to the disease include poor biosecurity disease measures, and low awareness and misunderstanding of pathogen free stock, climate change, and human mediated movement of aquaculture communities. Disease care 10 to 15 lost the sector. And value chain and global competitiveness. What is happened? Value chain improves the entire process of the concept of delivery, including research, design, production, marketing, and distribution of support. Reduces cost by implementing new technologies. Policy support, policy land and water use right is essential for sustainable aquaculture. Policy support is important for the attracting entrepreneurs, and that is protecting the sector. Essential fine-tuning policies are needed. That is water bodies for management of this, and others. That is market access, the agro processing and small farmer and other intermediate is lacking, and weak market infrastructure like this. And here is, I want to say, a fact in management that is talking of sustainable nursery. This is the technology. This is the technology. Challenge of aquaculture and fisheries resource. That is a structural intervention. This is the India or Bangladesh also. This is structural intervention. Pollution like this, agrochemicals like this. Plastic is a serious type of pollution in the world. It is for microplastics found in the human blood also. It's very complicated issue. Overexploitation is also lack of management. Advanced aquaculture is the problem. Conservation of natural breeding ground, extension of pan farming, extension of case culture, CBFM technology is the ID card issue is processing, traceability like this. Lastly, climate change. We know that what is the problem of climate change? Climate change for the climate change, aquaculture is vulnerable to floods, drought, hurricanes, storm, surges, and erratic rainfall. Effect of fish habitat, physiology, and fish growth, reproduction change, breeding season, and increased mortality. This is the scenario of climate change. Ultimately, we need the community-based aquaculture, community-based capture fisheries, and conclusion. We have to ensure the quality seed and feed for aquaculture, and this is competition, decrease competition among land and water and feed, and control the pollution, and promote the small-scale, low-cost aquaculture, improve reduction of environmental impacts, need collaborative support between Department of Fisheries, Department of Agriculture, Department of Environment, and other ministry. It is not only Bangladesh, it is also India. India support of politician. Democracy is the main weapon for the development of a country. So democracy, for democracy, support of politician is needed. Need to support conservation organization, and need to knowledge-based research and management. And finally concluded, fish and fisheries support as nutrition and food security, earns foreign currency, and changing socio-economical condition and employment opportunity. This is my presentation. So my answer is, question's answer is, we need safety food, not increasing the hospital, because fish is a very important declared fish in the world. We can have children with fish, and we eat regularly fish. Thank you too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for a nice presentation about the fish production in India. Now, this is the time for the one more keynote speaker. I would like to introduce you with the keynote speaker of this international conference, Dr. Zakongir Alimov, Uzbekistan. Dr. Zakongir Alimov is the Dean of the Agroscience and Business Faculty at the International Agriculture University in Uzbekistan. With a specialization in the microbiology and biotechnology, he delivers lessons in the environmental microbiology and the plant sciences modules for the undergraduate students, for PhD students, for MSc biotechnology students, and many more. So we are so grateful that you are here, sir, and we are eager to listen to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, dear distinguished friends, colleagues, and organizing committee. I would like to first congratulate with the beautiful opening of the inauguration day of the 2 days long conference. It's honor for us to be here on behalf of the Uzbekistan team, the delegates, my colleagues. So let me start my presentation. I'll try to make it short. So this is the presentation. The work is related to my PhD dissertation. So the topic is microbial communities of the RLC and Southern RLC. All right. So briefly, it's been introduced. I work at the International Agriculture University in Uzbekistan. So the university is opened with the partnership with the UK's Royal Agriculture University. I myself has a MSc in biotechnology, and I'm a PhD candidate in microbiology. All right, so before I start my topic, I would like to touch into first between two countries relationship, Uzbekistan and India. As this is my first time being here, it's really honored to see like the how diverse the Indian culture and the people are. So it's honored to be here first of all. So yesterday when I was doing my presentation, I found like really interesting facts about like history. We have lots of common in history. For example, so Babur, the Mughal Empire is like, the first ruler is originated from Uzbekistan. He is the national hero also. So he's from Andijan in Uzbekistan. And also in national cuisine, we both countries have a pilaf and we both countries have samosa. And now like, that's really extremely popular in both countries. That's really nice to see these kind of facts. All right, so when I'm jumping into my presentation, so today I'm going to talk about the one of the catastrophic disaster which happened in our territory. So, I'm going to talk about the Aral Sea. This is like former sea. When we directly translate it into English, it's going to be like a sea of islands. So Aral Sea is like formerly the third largest lake in the world. We also call this landlocked sea, located in the western part of the Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. So you can see like on the map. So the former like the sea, how it's located. So the sea is like now under the catastrophe because of not using of the water resources, not sustainable way of the agriculture. So we talked about the sustainability. As you can see from the map, like from 1960s, the area of the Aral Sea shrinked drastically 10 times. It became less, and then it's just a piece of land with lots of salt. And the salinity of the water also increased from 1% up to 20%. So you can see from 1977, so it started decreasing, shrinking the land, and then as you can see up until 2006 and 2010, like it started dividing into two pieces, and from the 2014, the largest part has been dried up totally. So this is like how it looks like, the situation of the Eastern Aral Sea. It's the symmetry of the boats and others, like, there is no water at all. So this used to be like, the big seal back in 1960s. So currently this is the left part of the Aral Sea, where there's a high salinity around 22%. So this is the pictures that why we will taking like, the samples while we're doing. So our aim of the work is to learn the biodiversity of the Aral Sea region, Aral Sea basin. So we call like the water we worked with the water samples and the plant samples which grow under the droughts and high salinity soils. So our aim was to investigate the diversity of microbial community with the help of the 16S RNA. Particularly, we targeted the V4 region. So we had samples from the Western Aral Sea, adjacent soils and basins in this season. So the experimental design is just collecting the samples, as you can see from the picture. So, and then extracting the DNA from all of the samples and then sequencing them with the help of the primers, pre-modification of the primers of the 115 forwards and 805 reverse. And then after that, the DNA sequence was analyzed with the help of the metagenomic analyze. All right, so this is like the map. So the current map from the Google Maps which was taken. So those are like the labels where we took the samples, collected the samples. So samples were collected from the plants, from the hot water wells and Ustyurt plateaus, and also the Aral coast, and also the Lake Sudochi, which is like the separated from the Aral Sea totally. It's also in the previous Aral Seas region. So these are like the map of the chemical analysis of the Aral Sea samples. So from the water sea, like you can see the temperature was 23 degrees and pH was 8 around, and salinity was 22%. And we also collected the soils from the Ustyurt plateau as a control. And these are the other samples from the wells and sediments of the spring, and also from the for the learning of the rhizosphere from the plant. Okay, this is the results. I'm going to directly jump and make it brief. The results of the work. So relative representations of the parakaryotic phylum is the studied samples in percentage wise. You can see the phylum with the relative representation is about 1% is in brown, shown only over here. From the oral seawater samples, you can see Pseudomonas and the halobacteria are like, the higher results, and in the Usturiot plateaus, the diversity of those ones is more than the oral sea itself water. Because of the higher salinity of the water in the seawater, there is no, compared to the other samples, there is no enough diversity of the sea. This is the heat map. In the blue color, you'll see the genera comprising over the 5%, and in the brown one is lower than the 5%. So in the oral sea water, as I mentioned earlier in my previous slides, so diversity is not like a lot, but the first oral sea, like from directly taken from the water and also from the seashore, is the same. The diversity we could notice, and also when you just go back to the Usturiot plateau, to the control samples, and also to the Sudochi Lake, so the diversity it increases a lot. Okay, so this is like the more in details results from the bottom sediment of the water from the RLC eastern part in the soil samples. So you can see like the Halopheriaceae bacteria diversity is a lot in the seawater, and also Spirobacter is dominant in this part, and also the last one is the Pseudomonas. So these are like the dominant in the water of the RLC. So and when we go to the next results, next slides, from the sediment of the Lake Sudochi, diversity increased a lot. And on the left side, the right side, so we have we learned the rhizosphere microorganisms of the plant, which is the dominant plant in this area after the shrinking the sea level. So these are the results from the freshwater. Also, diversity is not like as in the plant rhizosphere bacteria. Usturiot plateaus diversity is taken as a control because there's never been a water before. So this is like the former oral seas as shore, like the coastal area. So in Shannon diversity index in the y-axis, you can see the lowest diversity in the water samples. When increase the Usturiot plateau, the diversity increase because of the sea level and the high concentration of the sodium chloride. So diversity decreased rapidly. So this is the richness of the phenotypes. Also, you can see in the Aral Sea's water, due to the high salinity, diversity of those phenotypes also found very low. But when it comes to the Sudochi Lake, the highest diversity we could notice. So this is all. I would like to first acknowledge my supervisor and also my friends, collaborators from the Russian Federation. This work jointly published together with the friends from the Russian Federation. And also this work supported by the project 2021 428 numbers. So founded by the Minister of Innovation and Education in Uzbekistan. All right. So, and also I would like to express my deep gratitude to my friends, to my colleagues, which we went with mass to the Aral Sea. This is like the very desert area, and there's no any life. No one lives like in the. You can just it was a really hard expedition for us. So this is as a symbol, the previous and the current Aral Sea situation. Thanks so much for your attention.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the beautiful presentation about this topic. And this is the time for the address by the chief guest. All the ladies and gentlemen, we are having a great opportunity to listen the words by a knowledgeable personality. And I'm talking about the chief guest of this international conference, Dr. Anil Kumar Mishra, sir, who is a professor of chemistry, IIT Roorkee, former director, INMAS, Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences, DRDO, Delhi. Anil sir, he is currently working at the Division of Cyclotron and the Rapido Pharmaceutical Sciences Defense Research and the Development Organization. Sir has done many research in radiochemistry, nuclear chemistry, organic chemistry, and his current project is the development of the molecular imaging in probes. Presently, he is working with the IIT Roorkee, and it's my privilege that Sir is here and I'm introducing him.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much to invite me to share what we do and the topic that was decided, that innovation and technology, how we can have the sustainability that we have been talking. So first of all, I'd like to place on record my gratitude to the Chief Executive Officer of this institute, this organization, none than less Krishna Raj that we were talking about. Then the Vice Chancellor is a good friend and brotherly to me. We have worked together for many years. He's a savior to me. We really enjoyed working together. So he's a good friend, brother, and savior to me. So thanks to Major General Dr. Professor Thapadial, whatever you say. Right now he's placed in the university. Organizer, the chairman, Professor Garg. Colleagues from the Uzbekistan, from Bangladesh, faculty from outside, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, online, offline, whoever is listening about this talk that we are going to share. As a chief guest, I thought that I requested Garg Sahab that what should I say? What should we talk about? Because this institute is new to me. And then I thought about the innovation that we have been discussing. If you talk about something that we always say, that where we want to be, what we want to do, where we want to go, what should be the way to move forward on the name of innovation, either to do something that which is very useful to the society, to see the country is very healthy, happy, and then we enjoy working together. This is the beauty of the innovation that when we talk about. It comes in my mind that whenever we talk about our epics, we always say that two chaupai, either I recite it that ki vidyavan guniyati chatur ram kaj karbe ko atur, and then this word always comes in my mind that Hanumanji was always talked about vidyavan, but Ravan was always talked as a vidwan. So what is the difference between this vidwan and vidyavan? So is always we say that is a debate where Ravana, he was having the knowledge of all the Shastra, Vedas, anything that you talk about. And that's why he was called the Dashanan. But what he did end of the day is that he is stolen, either he abducted the Sita, and that was the difference between the Vidyavan and Vidwan, that you are able to protect someone, either you want to steal someone, either abduct someone, either to destroy someone. So this is the very basic difference when we talk about the innovation. When we go in the past, either when we talk about today, it always comes in my mind that we were not happy that what we had. The block cart, we were riding it, we were plumbing the things, we were doing many things. Then a step forward came out that can we have something better to really see that the strenuous work, the labor work, the things that was involved, that human and animals both were really treated badly at that time. So innovation is a part of our society to see that how the people are comfortable, how we can see that the people are very comfortable in a way that we can cut down the human work, either labor, in a way that we facilitate we enhance the productivity, we enhance the things that we want to do for the country, either for the society. Then again, innovation came out that, okay, not only the plumbing, either not only the labor work, can we introduce some artificial intelligence with that? Introducing the artificial intelligence means that we wanted to not only do the plumbing, either doing the cropping, also we wanted to do the sampling. And sampling means that we want to see that how we can make it for better use for the society again. If you see the bullet line in this one, that if we enhance the capability and capacity of any country by doing the innovation, we are going to have the to avoid the human labor, benefit to the society, health of the country. If the country is healthy and happy, then all innovation takes us in a different direction. Since I come from the Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences, if I don't talk about nuclear, then it is not justified. So then I would like to share with some of the slides that what innovation took place in the nuclear science that really does something, whatever inflicted, either whatever the suffering that we had in the past. To do that, you can see that we are in a platform where we are today. The time was that we were yesterday, and then time will come to tomorrow. And then just you look at that the nuclear, now our friend, brother, and Xavier Professor and Dr. General Thapadial is here. I'm really grateful to him for inviting me. We were talking that from the previous slide that innovation starts from block cart to going to the tractor to going and introduce the artificial intelligence to do many things together. And then if we go to the road and roadmap, we talk about we are today, we were yesterday, and we are going to be tomorrow. But the innovation and technology, like you have written Subharti, either Subharti, the both words makes really beautiful to spell out. Is any problem in your projection system? So if you come back, till that I would like that if you say Subharti, is also has a beautiful name, because you can have the advanced research and technology and innovation. If you have Subharti, means a Sundar Bharat, that you want to make it, is a very beautiful word that you have selected from the Subharti. End of the day, whenever we are doing something, it has got some meaning. Can I have my slide, please? So we were talking about, you see, long time back what happened, you know, that in 1946, why I took this slide, because I come from the Institute of Nuclear Medicine, where nuclear energy is exploited for some application. In 1946, it was disastrous to us. Everybody remember this August when Nagasaki, Hiroshima was bombarded with a fat boy that we talk about. And the Gandhiji at that time was very much unhappy that this should not happen, this should not have taken place. And it was a kind of curse that we are talking. But today, if you see today that we are talking, we are standing, is really boon for us. You can imagine that how we have been exploiting this nuclear energy in a different direction. Either you talk about agriculture, or the speaker, they were talking, key speaker, they were talking about agriculture to grow the different type of crops. Either you were talking about fishery, either you are talking about analyzing the soil and to do the DNA and analyzing these microbes to do what. All this technology is really embedded with the nuclear energy. When we use the nuclear energy for agriculture, either health or for energy, to have the clean energy, you will not believe that we talk about 2047, but already the program exists till 2090 in the United States for nuclear energy. That what type of nuclear energy going to happen, either is a solar energy, either is a whatever the dye that we talk about, either you talk about the thermal energy, either you talk about anything that comes from the fauna and flora, but the nuclear energy cannot be substituted, because that is the only energy. You have a very clean energy in a sustained manner and can be recycled the way you want to recycle. Imagine that in 1955-56, this nuclear energy was used first time in Walter Moore Reed University. Since not working, maybe I will just walk through the the east slide, that whatever I have in my mind, that most of the parachute jumper, they had the problem in their feet, and they had the kind of fracture. And that fracture that was correlated that maybe they are suffering from some type of diabetes. And then this soldier, they never used to fly, they never used to go. At that time, nuclear medicine came in the way to find out this is not because of the diabetes, is not because of the jumping, and not because of some disease, but it was because when they were jumping, they had a fine hair fracture, and that was not possible to visualize by any technology. And the technology came out at that time was the nuclear medicine, that how we can exploit it to see that the fracture is the fracture because of the strenuous work, either from the jumping from the aircraft, either by parachute. And from that, in 1956, the first nuclear medicine institute is started in United States. Very proudly, we can say that in 1961, we started nuclear medicine in India by none than one of our service officers, Brigadier S.K. Majumdar, and he established the one of the state-of-art center at that time, and that was the only center in entire Asia to do the nuclear medicine. And then he started a course from where many people graduated. Whosoever you are seeing in this country to practice the nuclear medicine, they are the passed out from the Institute of Nuclear Medicine. That is a sister organization of Ministry of Defense under the Defense Research Development Organization. And that is the beauty. So at that time, we were talking about doing a lot of imaging. Then if you do the imaging, then how you can really see that this can be visualized differently the way you want to see it. To see something, there are three components always you have to have. And when we talk about innovation, when we talk about the technology, there are three verticals. And these three verticals, if we are very strong, then we can do the many things. The first vertical, we talk about the methodology. If the methodology is very powerful, if you have a very good knowledge about the things that you have been doing in an original way, that will enhance, either that will make you for the educational growth of the country. So if you have a methodology that we say the fundamental research that we have been doing, that is the backbone, that is the platform, that is the basis to create the first thing is educational growth of the country. Then the second verticals comes out that how we can get graduated from methodology to the proof of concept, either the protocol, either we talk about in the term of clinical scenario is the preclinical, where we demonstrate our methodology is proven, either is a proof of concept, and that gives us a intellectual property right that you have talked about today in your conference. So once you have the intellectual property right, you have the innovation that you went through the fundamental research, that become the treasurer of your country, because then you can do the technology transfer, you can do the licensing, you can sell it the way you want, you can preserve for the country the way you wish. And then third vertical comes out. And the third verticals in innovation, either anything that we talk about is the translational research. Again, Subharti, when I read like Subharti, and then you talk about translational research, and you see all the later that exist in your Subharti for the translational research and innovation that comes with this. So whenever you are having the methodology, then you have the proof of the concept, then it goes to the society. And when it goes to the society, it can go in the form of clinical, it can go in the form of material, it can go in the form of something which is useful for the society, where it comes out the economical growth of the country. And if you have the economical growth of the country by these three verticals, you can imagine the innovation takes right place at the right time to do the right thing the way you wish. People were talking about today again that we take the fauna and flora from the nature to protect the nature, to protect the environment. We have a very rich region in Assam, and that is called the region where we have the seven sister, the bird we talk about. In this Assam region, we have a different type of the frogs that we talk about, the animal, that zoonotic tick that we talk about. They have the very excellent variety. And that variety means that if you take out the skin, you take out the mucus from the skin, and you analyze it, you will find out that these are the beautiful peptide, these are the beautiful amino acid, these are the beautiful biological molecules that can be exploited for the different application in prostate cancer, in cholecystokinin. Either you can utilize in the different variety of tumors to visualize it. So you can see that nature gives up almost, you talk about 80% the medicine that is being exploited, either extracted, either is taken, we are learning from the nature. So if you talk about this frog, either the different variety of animals that we are having in the nature, and in that is called, one called nature is very nicely created, is the bobina. And this bobina means that we can very quickly move, because we were talking about this, that today, tomorrow, it's not really painful to see this slide, that a brother is carrying his brother for the cremation. This was the black day for us. But innovation and knowledge impart us to go forward, and you can see today that how we exploit the nuclear energy to see the happy family. Happy family means that you can see that a lot of invention and nuclear medicine solely, completely, absolutely dependent on this nuclear energy that we exploit. And you can see the growth, you can see that the power, you are going to have the energy, whatever we are talking about. You cannot have this type of breakdown if we had the nuclear energy. Then the tomorrow, what is going to happen is that whatever we are learning from the nature, we are learning from the environment, we are going to have the precision medicine. We are going to have the molecule. We are going to have the material, which are the smart in the nature. They can detect, they can diagnose, they can treat, they can do the many things. This is the beauty. So we were talking about yesterday, inflicted a lot, suffering a lot, pain a lot, but we have to learn from it. Learning means that we can exploit this one for the application that we use. And then finally, the future here is that if we talk about the medicine, one of our speaker was talking about that the food that we eat, the contaminated, either the whatever alteration has taken, the fish that we eat is very rich in the some of the lipid, either the extract the many type of oligosaccharides and many type of glucose molecule that we inject, that is the many MERS. The problem is that we have got a very beautiful receptor, R1, R2 of the cholecystokinin, that is found in the fish, and is contaminated with the different type of toxin. Is a really kind of alteration that creates problem and havoc in the nature and in the planet. So what we have to do is that we have to really see that how we can do the prognosis, we can do the diagnostic, we can really be very precise that what we want to see, what we want to treat. And for this, always I try to see that I explain that for any innovation, you have the three verticals, and these verticals are methodology. If your science is very powerful, you can transfer to the proof of concept, then you can go to the clinical application that becomes the economical growth, either the growth of the country that we always talk about. We are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, Viksit Bharat. If you do not produce in your country, this technology you have to borrow from outside. And if you are going to borrow, you have to pay for it. And if you don't want to pay for it, you have to do the innovation, you have to do the research. And I have really put some of the meta lines that you can see for the student and the faculties over here, that how you can see these are the isotopes can be produced and can be exploited. The chemistry is very important for us, that if you are having something, you have to do a powerful chemistry to really trap it, to see it, to make it very personalized, very specific, very targeted. Then this is the power of innovation that we want to do. It can be any physiological molecules you can talk about. I have just taken one of the base pair, that is the nucleotides, and where we want to do the different type of chemistry. You can see that not only this, that you have the different type of materials, but the tools are very important. You have to innovate it. You look at this cat. This cat has got the two different eyes. Why I have to have the two different eyes? Because I want to see with a specificity, and I want to see with high resolution. It means that I have to have the hyphenated technology, either the hybrid technology, and here innovation comes out. And if you are able to really innovate, then you can achieve the objective with a very high resolution and very high specificity that we talk about. In our ancient time, all this our colleagues from the Buddhism, they were sitting. We used to have the different bracelet made up of copper. We used to drink the water in the copper. Our utensil was made up of the copper. Why? Our ancestors were not, kind of having the knowledge. Either they were the rich in knowledge compared to what do we have. Then I did the exploration of this one, that why they were wearing and they were used for the treatment for the different type of disease. When I went through all this, I looked at the receptors. Which receptors are responsible to take the copper inside the body selectively by the transporter. And these transporters are so essential that they take the copper, they reduce the copper, they make the complex of the copper by amino acid, and then it's transported for the application that we think about. You can look about this one, that any type of the brain tumors that you want to visualize, you look at this copper complex. It's bind with histine. You can design the molecule, you can innovate it, but nature already has with us. And then we have to exploit in a different way. Very quickly, that being a chemist, we always try to look at the minute structure of this one so we can synthesize it. We cannot destroy the nature and planet. This is very essential for us. Then finally, you look at this picture. This picture, that what we were talking about, the copper is being used by our ancestor as a jug, as a mug, as a bracelet, either whatever. You can imagine, you can see the tumor proliferated everywhere. It means that the copper is one element in the periodic table, has got 100 isotopes. In one of the isotope is copper 64. It means it has got the beta positive and beta negative. It means that you can see and you can treat. This is the beauty. That's why, again, I go to the nature, because we were talking about how to innovate. You know about this cucumber sea cucumber is such a beautiful animal, such a beautiful creature. You cannot believe it, that what it does to us. And that when I was looking at this one, I was trying to find out, trying to design some molecule, and this sea cucumber has it. So I had to isolate it, I had to characterize it, and had to develop the molecules to be very innovative in this area. And then why we wanted to do this, you just look at this slide, that a lot of simulation we have to do. We have to do the docking, structure relation, Gaussian multiplication, DFT calculation to find out that the receptor that we want to target really useful from the molecule I have isolated from this sea cucumber. It's not that I want to give a talk, just I want to say that how we can innovate that exists in and around to us for the different application, like people who are talking about biochar, people who are talking about fish, people who are talking about, this comes in the same category. And you look at this, the compound that we get is PIA. And this PIA compound comes from this nature to treat the different type of tumor, not different, 36 types of tumor, which is distributed almost everywhere in the body. And you can see that is overexpressed. You can use the twin isotope, you can see it, you can treat it the way you wish. You can see that multiple myeloma, you can talk myeloma, you can talk about diffuse large beta cell lymphoma, you can talk about prolymphocytic leukemia. All this is being treated by this molecule that comes from the sea cucumber. And then we don't want to destroy the nature, and that's why we do a lot of synthesis. You can see in the corner the molecule that is designed by my own method called Mishra method to design this molecule to see the chemokine receptor. These receptors are overexpressed in the different type of. So end of the day, why we have to have the two eyes, why we have to have the institution, why we have to have the collaboration is essential, because then we can innovate. I'm really grateful to our friend, brother, and savior, I will say one time point, General Thapadial, when we were working together. Thanks to Subharti for inviting. And of course, we would like to be together. Being two different persons, we like to work in harmony, in simultaneous mode to innovate. Thank you very much for your kind attention. If any question, I'm ready to take.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mishra. Now all three keynote speakers and the main speaker of the today, who has beautifully and nicely summarized the findings of the nuclear medicine and the nuclear science and the chemistry, innovation and research, which are the need of the country and which are the need of the hour and which can provide the solutions for the sustainable development. Now the youngsters and the faculty members, and even I think that Anshul, can we have some questions from the foreigners? One of the question from a person who is joining online, he has a question to Professor Mishra, that how you visualize the vision of in mass. I think that it is difficult with the question which has been asked by one of the scientists from US, that how the India is thinking that the in mass will be able to bring the Viksit Bharat by 2047.
Thank you very much for asking this question. It's a really beautiful question. I will not say that is the vision, is always that what we think in a direction that we cannot borrow it from outside. The first thing is always comes when you want to see the Viksit Bharat, either developed India, either Atmanirbhar Bharat. We always try to see that what is missing in this country that I'm getting from the outside, either any country, friendly country, either non-friendly country, we are getting, and then we don't want to be dependent. Dependent means that we don't want to borrow most of the time. So the first vision, first theme, first thought process, first punchline, it comes in my mind that hey, the field I am working, and we have the pool of knowledge, we have the colleagues, how long we can be dependent on somebody. So the one problem that I'm talking about, that in mass started at the same time the Walter Reed in the United States started for nuclear medicine. We were left behind because for 46 years we are doing the very classical SPECT imaging. SPECT imaging is that we talk about single photon computed tomography. When I came and joined, I thought that how long we will be working on this one. People are going on diagnostic, therapeutic, theranostic, everything. Then we started the production of our own isotope in the country. We started building the machine and device on our own. So for example, if you talk about today, we can produce technetium in this country, we can produce gallium in this country, we can produce scandium in this country, we can produce lutetium, copper in this country, which used to buy our foreign currency, used to go outside the country, which already we are depleting in our foreign exchange, and that was the main drive, main vision to see that how we can produce in this country. And that is the first point that we wanted to do and to address it.
Professor Mishra, there is a second question right now on the group, that the people from outside, they want to know that how India is progressing towards carbon sequestration.
So it's a big issue for any country, is that when all these fossil fauna flora and then the classical way to produce the new energy, other energy sector we are talking. So when they were advanced in technology, I'm talking about the other nation, and when we were crawling at that time, we are not really advanced, and then we wanted to use this technology that still we talk about the thermal power, you talk about the herbal power, where carbon emission is almost coming at a big level. We are not polluting than any country is polluting in the world. But we are taking the steps that how we can really see that we are not going to produce it. So for that, we have a kind of program in this country for the capturing the carbon dioxide and capturing the carbon to really make it a valuable product. So I can give you an example that when we produce the carbon dioxide by any means, we want to produce urea with carbon dioxide. So that is a kind of capturing the carbon dioxide to make the urea can be the fertilizer. So we don't want to disturb the ecosystem. We don't want to fuel anything in the atmosphere. We want to recycle it for the valuable purpose. And this is the way we are going to look forward, and this is the mission for 2047. Professor Thapadial has one.
Thank you. Yes.
I have a question. Dr. Mishra, thank you very much for your enlightening talk. I have a question. When 1998, the US imposed sanction on India, and we had a big setback that time. We could not continue our research further, particularly in the field of many areas. Now, since you have been the director of INMAS, how are we prepared today? If there is a sanction or if there is something of this nature happens, how are we prepared today to survive on our own?
So, sir, is a very pertaining suggestion, and then also I will say is not a question for me, is the question for the nation. I will talk in a way that when we are denied the technology from outside in 98 because we did the nuclear explosion, it's because we were not having the power to control because they had the veto and they can impose whatever they wanted. We were not prepared at that time that what type of, they are going to have the sanction on us. So we did not did a survey. We did not look at the corner where we are weak, and then if it is denied, we will not get it. So today we have a many program, including health sector, including our defense sector, including our society and banking sector as the economical growth. These are the three sectors is very important for us. So we have the security, we have the health, and we have the education. So this sector is being really, because that's why you see today we have got the national education policy. We have got the program 2047. We have got the many program where we know that, like you see about the quantum technology, computing, communication, satellite, you talk about aircraft, you talk about missile, you talk about medicine. We have taken a cognizance that today or tomorrow, when we are growing, people will again do the same thing. Now the world has also realized that whatever the knowledge and the pool that we have in this country, we have to direct them to see that the three sectors are not compromised. First is defense, second is our health, and third is education. And for that, we have been working from the grassroots to the higher level in a translational mode.
Thank you, Dr. Mishra. There is another question for Professor Vinay Chakravarti, and the question is raised by Professor M.G. Tiwari, who is the former sectional president of the Environmental Science of Indian Science Congress. And the question is that how, Professor Vinay, you visualize that this increasing levels of the pollution in the sea, particularly the plastic and the e-waste, how they are going to affect the fish population in the marine system. Yes, please, you can come.
Actually, the marine ecology, that is marine water, is polluted by different ways, and mainly the pollution are from nowadays it is the plastic, and this is by natural and anthropogenic also overpopulation. For that reason, you should be some. We are trying to some law and order, and not only law and order, how to implement, how to increase the population of fisheries population. There are so many species very important in the Indian Ocean or Bay of Bengal. I think the implementation of the law and order and for next policy should be decrease the amount of pollution and increase the population of fish.
His question is direct, and the question he wants to know that which of the fish will decline due to this pollution of the plastic and the polythene in the sea. What you visualize?
Actually, due to plastic pollution is the major pollution, I think, in the not only marine water, fresh water also. Plastic, if we do not control the plastic from our that is the Indo Bangladesh area or Indo Pak area to stop the use of pollution, plastic. No, it is not possible to uh, um, remove the pollution, plastic pollution. I think we should be ensure the how to remove the plastic pollution.
So another very important query is Johangir is here. Yes, there is a query from you that the students of microbiology, they want to know that how this climate change is making the change or affecting the microbial populations in freshwater, seawater, and on land. And what is the impact of this changing microbial communities in sustainable development?
First of all, thank you so much. So, first of all, hello. So, thank you for the questions, dear students. So, as I mentioned in my presentation, during last almost 70 years plus, the sea level has decreased 10 times. So, only 10% of the sea level is remained, and the salinity is increased from 1% to the 22%. It's really like extreme halophilic percentage. So in this environment only we could notice the diversity of the halophilic microorganisms, including the archaeal and halobacillus and others. So, which means, and also in my presentation, in my slides, I showed examples of how the diversity is 10 times less compared to the control samples from the other parts of the RLC basin. So, and another, like, the catastrophe happened back in 2018, 6 years before. Up until like 500 kilometers to the country, the sand, soil erosion affected with the with lots of dust was flowing with the wind to the from the west to the eastern part of the country, and in this area, RLC area, so agriculture is, I could say, there is no agriculture sector anymore because of the high salinity of the soil. So all is because of the not sustainable usage of the water in the irrigation system. So the main two sources of the RLC, which flows into the RLC, was the two rivers, Amudarya and Sirdara rivers, were just redirected to the agriculture sector for irrigating of the cotton last 70 years during the Easter period. So in the agriculture sector, now currently Uzbekistan's all soils, which can be like, the growth, the fruits and vegetables is affected. Also, year by year, the salinity is increasing. So my colleague, Dr. Dilfuza Jabbarov, also mentioned about the drought and salinity of the country, in the sector. But lately, like, lots of research are going on, and we are trying to focus on the sustainability of the agriculture sector using the organic fertilizers based on the microorganisms, and hope the situation will increase. And also one good notice, like we noticed, like, the back in 2022, so the sea level is slightly increased. Maybe it's because of the precipitation, but we are not sure. But we do hope that in the future these ecological problems will solve in our region. Thank you so much for questions, students.
Thank you, Johnny. Jahangir, let me add to this that to the students who have asked this question, I am adding that you know that with the change of the climate, the microbial populations they also change. You can well realize that on the onset of the winter season, some microbial communities they come and they do the infection. When you see that seasonal change, you yourself realize that there is an onset of the different type of the disease. Similarly, we visualize that this climate change, particularly this global warming, what is the main threat to the sustainability, it will definitely change the microbial communities and the thermophilic new species will arise. And these thermophilic new species will change the entire scenario. And you see that the microbial populations, they are mainly responsible for the recycling of the matter or recycling of the biomaterials, whatever you are dumping in the soil or on the earth. So the entire biodiversity will also change. So the change of the climate or the changing climate threat, it is for the changing biodiversity, and changing biodiversity will lead to the changing habits of the human society. So the another question is from Jabarova, and the question is that when you are using these biofertilizers or biochar, don't you expect that the disease, that the plants which are raised, they are having the more susceptibility for the disease? So without using these insecticides, pesticides or chemicals, how can you ensure the good health and good productivity of the plants using these biofertilizers? Jabarova, please.
Thank you for your question. When we use it in the biochar, because this high rich nutrients in the high organic carbon. When this organic carbon also improve in the soil, in the soil nutrient, soil physiological properties, also in the improve in the water holding capacity. And when this applying in the to soil in the biochar and also in the transfer in the nutrient such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and the micronutrients such as iron and zinc and molybdenum. Because these micronutrients very important for plant growers, physiological properties and yield. Mostly when we use it in the biochar, this is compared to use it this pesticide. This is also improve in the plant growers. This use it like in the natural farming, organic farming, like that. But when we use it this Arbus chamacaris alfangi, this also reducing in the these pathogens. But this biochar use it for organic farming in plants. I also advise if this soil is very poor soil, should be per hectare use it in the 20 and 30 ton. If this soil is rich, should be used per hectare in the 5 ton.
Thank you, Dr. Jabarova. There is one more question from Professor Mishra. And you can answer from there itself, there is no issue. And the question is by one of the scientists, and he says that as per the estimates, 15 to 20% decrease is in the productivity due to climate change. So this continuation in the productivity, how you visualize that in Viksit Bharat or developed world, when the population will be about 10 billion, how the people will be able to feed the global population?
So we always try to see in two ways. There are two school that we have. We have two type of school. We thought of school that we talk about. One think about that is a depletion because of the climate change. But also we don't see that we are going to have the quality and the quantity that is compromised. That will be in a different way. So, for example, today we have the energy pack. Tomorrow we'll have the pack that you do not need to have the grain that much is required. So it's the only thing that is required that you can sustain in a proper way and you can recycle it. So, for example, if we are having today a source of arginine, either a source of aspartic, either source of the food, which is essential that we are not getting from this green revolution that we talked about. It was overestimated in the beginning itself. So we are calculating from the green revolution to going to we have the greener revolution.
Yes.
So then when we have the greener revolution, then it's going to fulfill all the changes that we have been talking about. Because that's why that we have taken a measure that any climate change is going to influence, like you were talking about thermal microbial, either things going to change. Accordingly, there will be many things will be changed.
Yes.
That is also making the metabolic system completely different to cope up with it.
Yes, there is one question from me, the people they want to ask. They have put the question to me that what we think that our nutritious habits will change. Yes, nutritious habits will change in climate changing system. And when we have to reach, or when we have to, we are going to reach the population of the about 10 billion or 9 billion by 2050, although the people, they are of having the different opinion that some of the countries, they will decline the population and some of the countries will increase. I differ on that issue that the population will reach by 10 billion in 2050. But anyway, we will have to change our food habits. The climate change will definitely change the pattern of the agriculture. And this will definitely change the food habits also. And I am of very strong opinion that we will have to have the diversified agriculture and diversified food habits. And maybe that we will have to depend and have to take the more and more food from the marine sea, for example, the fish, or for example, the millets, on which the government of India and the entire world is focusing. So, dear students, now it is the time to say that the inauguration session is complete.
Aapse, I
Yes.
have a question to you, or
Yes.
even
Yes, please.
Dr. Mishra can answer that. See, when we became independent in 1947,
Yes.
China established a new party, People's Party of China, in 1949. And they took a resolve that within 100 years, they will be the world power.
Yes.
And Xi, being present president, he reviewed that resolve in 1921. If you see today, compare India and China, China has achieved that quite early, and it's the process of becoming one of the world power. But India took that resolve very late, means it's only just after 75 years
Yes.
we took that resolve. So what do you think within 25 years now, by 2047, are we in a stage to become a world power? Or what are the challenges we have today if we are going towards the direction that we become a developed nation and we become world's third largest economy. What are the challenges we have today and how are we going to prepare us for that?
Sir, thank you very much. This is one of the very important questions which I have been addressing many times and several times in many of the conferences. The most important challenge before India is that we must focus on agriculture. And without focusing on agriculture, we cannot achieve the target of 5 trillion economy, and we cannot achieve the target of the Viksit Bharat. This is the one thing. The second thing, that we have to become independent in defense. The second very important thing, and one on which the government of India, I'm happy to say that they are focusing and they are achieving and they are moving ahead towards the target. The third very important thing is that science and technology. Very unfortunate part is that on science and technology front, what the premier universities, institutions, or larger institutions, on by and large higher education should focus, they are not focusing. But during the last 5-6 years, after the NEP 2020, the emphasis has been given and the universities are focusing and the research institutions are supplementing this research culture and the innovation. And there is a greatest challenge before the private universities to come forward to invest money in the research, innovation, in IPR. And IPR, that the utility patents, not just that the design patents or something like that. And the system of this grading system, what has been introduced, it is doing good, but it is doing at the same time, it is doing some harm also to the private institution and the institutions. But anyway, the system is going very good. The only thing is that the speed of the development is not of that tune what it should be. And our much of the resources, they are being used and misused on political agendas, on vote bank. That is a very, very hard fact. And the another very worry thing is that the development, industrial growth, it is going fast, it is doing good, and the sustainability is the biggest challenge. It is my opinion now.
So it's really very nice you have put up that. What's the reason behind that we did not progress, either we did not become that wanted to be a developed nation? So if you see that industrial revolution in this country took place in 1917. That was the first time they started. The English people, they came also, they never introduced us to the industrial revolution. That was the one very setback that we had because we started very late. The second part is that the China, when it becomes a very developed nation, because they had a hidden agenda that I will like to really say openly, because most of the technology is not their technology. The technology is a borrowed technology, and then it's done the reverse engineering of that. While in India, we always very spiritual, like Sarve Bhavanti Sukhina. And then what happened is that we lost the track that we'll be also, cheated in a different way. We thought that we are helping everyone. Imagine that we were the biggest supplier of any medicine that started long back for any country. Slowly and slowly, because of the depletion of this manpower, the cost and the calculation that we do with the many business partners, they thought that if I produce paracetamol in China, it will be cheaper than producing in Hyderabad. So our all API and everything that we wanted to still we produce, we supply to that place. So there should be a stoppage of whatever we have been developing the technology. And we started when Mashelkar became the Director General of CSIR to implement the patent right. Otherwise, we were open. Even our basmati can go, either anything that haldi can go, kakurmin can go, anything that we talk about. So we lost the track and we started only in 1990s. So intellectual property right was already stolen. It was gone. Third most important part that we such a big institution where we produce the topmost, you can say that the qualified people, but they are the drainage of that one. And that goes to the different country, any country you talk about. Then we have to sustain them either way, provide the good platform that we have not done. China has opened a platform that you are a good professor, you go, you study there, I give you $10 million, you stay in my country, come back. So for us, is only one way, it was not the both way. So this already government has taken the cognizance to have the two ways technology that whosoever is going, they should come back. Third one is very important that sir was talking about the agriculture sector. I'm really happy that Dr. Swaminathan, he took the initiative to bring the green revolution for making everyone feed the wheat that we are eating. But what we lost, we did not realize. So there was no ethics, no policy that you were talking in the morning to really protect it. So if this is taken care, we are not far from that. In many sectors that we are ahead because they have to borrow from us anyway. So this is what makes us to leave behind because we were denied from many countries to get this technology because we thought that we are very friendly. We did not develop.
And I will add one thing here. Just add one thing here. So having a stable government, forward-looking government, a continuity of the government is also very, very important with China ahead. From 1949 onwards till today, they have a same government, they have a same system. In our country, the challenge is any government comes or any party comes later, tendency is to reverse the thing what the previous government has done. And that's how we lose our continuity of the policy. Yeah.
You can do all things in the population, instead of population, imbalance always. India, for example, having the 20% population, but some of the countries who are much, much bigger, they are having much less population. So the population in a bird as a whole should be the balance. And how much population the earth can sustain, it is still a question, big question. So thank you very much. It is a nice discussion and nice presentation by the keynote speakers. And tomorrow when we will have the validity session, then I invite the recommendations from the keynote speakers and the participants. The recommendations will put before the House so that they can be then forwarded to the government for adoption or for advice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Luban Singh to give a vote of thanks and then raise the line.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the valuable knowledge sharing with us. And it is such an amazing speech as well as it is a question answer round which is very valuable for all of us. We learn a lot about all the Viksit Bharat and the Sustainable Development Program. I just want to tell one thing. That according to the APJ Abdul Kalam, he said कि Viksit Bharat champion. If the 540 million youth work with the spirit, I can do it. We can do it. And the India can do it. Nothing can stop India from becoming a developed country. So we need to work together. We need to work together for our nation, for ourselves, for individual, for making us successful, for making our country successful. So this is the time for honoring our chief guest, our keynote speaker, who has given their valuable time. And I would like to invite our great leader. Without his guidance, each and every event cannot get success. So yes, I'm talking about our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Major General Dr. G.K. Thapiyal, Sir. Dean Academic and Director Research, AP Garg sir, for presenting a memento to our guest, Anil Kumar Mishra sir. So please give a big round of applause for the sir.
Very important questions from the audience who were on the online. Online people were very attentive.
They should be clapping for our chief guest, sir. Next, I would like to call our keynote speaker, Dr. Dilfuza Zabarova, Uzbekistan. Please come out the stage. And I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and AB, sir, for presenting a memento to our keynote speaker, Dr. Dilzafar Zabarova from Uzbekistan. Next, in the same queue, I would like to call Professor Binay Chakrabarti, sir, who is a Director General, Bangladesh. Professor Binay Chakrabarti, sir, who is a Director General from Bangladesh. So please give a big round of applause for our keynote speaker. Last but not the least, the next keynote speaker, Dr. Zakhongir Alimov from Uzbekistan. We are so honored to have you here with us, all of you. This conference is an international conference. We have connected in the 40th country. Through this conversation, through this conference, we are getting a lots of knowledge regarding the sustainable development, Viksit Bharat, and what is our theme of this international conference, that is on research, innovation, and IPR for sustainable development and Viksit Bharat. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now this is the time for the vote of thanks. I would like to invite Dr. Lubhan Singh, sir, who is the organizing secretary of this international conference. So please come and present a vote of thanks. Thank you.
Jai Hind to one and all. As the organizing secretary of today's the international conference on the research, innovation, and IPR for sustainable development and Viksit Bharat, it is both an honor and privilege just to stand before you today to express our heartfelt gratitude. We have come to the end of basically two sessions today. Initially, we have finished our inaugural session. Then we have also finished one pre-lunch scientific session also. Since the continuation of that, it is essential to acknowledge the contribution of all the persons, those who are involved in the process to make this gathering possible. So I would like to thank, first of all, initially our visionary leader, Major General Dr. G.K. Thapalial, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and Honorable CEO, Madam, Professor Dr. Salyaraj, Ma'am, for their presence and join us for the inaugural session. And then continuation to our keynote speakers for the scientific session. I would like to thank, first of all, to our chief guest of today's event, of the scientific event, Dr. Anil Kumar Mishra, sir. Right now, he's working as a professor in IIT Roorkee and ex-director of INMAS, New Delhi. And sir, I would like to focus something which we have definitely we have noticed from your lecture. We have basically I am involving myself. Whatever I have noticed in your lecture, sir, very beautifully, sir, explained two terminologies. How we can differentiate between the two terminology. One is the Vidwan and what is the difference in one is the Vidyavan. So, sir, thank you very much for your such type of words and wisdom words. And also, sir has explained beautifully about the innovation and the role of the nuclear medicines in the field of how to manage the disease control, the different diseases. Sir also explained the CRX4 receptors and very beautifully, sir explained all that in the details. So thank you very much for your visionary words. And definitely, on the behalf of all the organizing committee, I can say all the participants, those who are attending today's program on the offline or the online mode, definitely they have learned a lot. In the continuation of the keynote speaker, or keynote speaker one, that's from Uzbekistan, I would like to thank Dr. Dilfuza. She has explained very well about the biochar and what is the impact of the droughts on the enzyme levels, enzyme activity, and she explained very beautifully about by giving the example of okra, that is the Avomuscus esculentus, how the drought that can change the conditions and the enzymatic activity on the basis of the condition of climatic changes. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your visionary words. And second speaker, keynote speaker of today's scientific session, that is the Dr. Bimal Chakravarti, sir. Sir explained very beautifully their expertise in the field of the fishery. Sir explained about the PUFA very well. And they have also mentioned, specifically focused over the role of the vitamin D, how we can improvise with the help of the vitamin D in the health and polyunsaturated fatty acids, about 3 omega fatty acids and 6 omega fatty acids. Sir, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your gracious presence and just to enlighten us about all that knowledge. And in the continuation of the scientific session, third keynote speaker of today's session, that is the Jahangir Alimov. So he has basically, and from Uzbekistan, he has explained about the RLC, that is the sampling techniques, whatever he has gathered the information by taking the diversity of microbial communities of the water and explained very beautifully. I think so those who have attended online or offline or participant, they will definitely get benefited. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable information. And last but not the least, this is not the time because actually we have not finished our program yet. So all the organizing committee members, whatever they have did up to the pre-lunch session, that is the commendable job. Thank you very much for all of you. Thank you very much. So after this session, I think so we have to proceed for the lunch. And thank you very much for all of you for joining with us, all the deans, all the faculty members, those who are also present in this hall also. I would like to thank all them also. Without their presence, the program is not possible to conduct as successful. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. And I would like to give thanks to the IT team and the media also. Now, I request to everyone kindly give a standing ovation for the national anthem. And I request to the IT team for playing a national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's time for the lunch and the arrangement for all the guests, all the dignitaries, all the participants. Lunch arrangement is in the research and development cell. So thank you. And technical session will start at sharp 2 o'clock in the given schedule. Thank you, everyone. Good day.